That is a stunning piece of wood. I would have never thought in a million years that that would have ended up coming out. Don't even see it very well because it's so shiny, the lights reflect off of it. But I took that bit. So this is the project. I'm calling it my prehistoric bowl, as you can see from the title. The reason being is because it's old, chunky and rough around the edges, just like me. So sticky and horrible. So yeah, yeah, nothing else to say really. It's failed. No good. So I'll see you guys next week. Fresh new project, one that works. And take care. Speak to you soon, and bye for now.
Good afternoon. Hope everybody's well. Thank you very much for coming over and joining us for another SK Krafts Sunday Lunchtime Live with myself and my lovely wife, Nikki, in the background.
Hello.
So, thanks to everybody who's come over. Nice group in the chat. I mean, I've been watching the chat for the last 5 minutes. I haven't replied. I do apologise. I've been watching the chat. So, thanks to each and every one of you guys who's come over. And before we get started, I just want to say two things. First thing is, Ruby Claire, who sometimes pops in the chat, has just started her YouTube channel. So I'm going to chuck the link in for that quickly. If you haven't subscribed to Ruby Claire's YouTube channel, please go over and subscribe. She is absolutely awesome turner. Really, she's really talented, and she really deserves our support. So please go over and support Ruby by going and subscribing to her channel. She's only got one video on there at the moment, short video, but I'm sure that knowing Ruby, there will be more content coming in the near future. The second thing is, I'm 80 subs, I think, away from 2,500. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 2,500 sub giveaway. So once I hit that, we'll do a live, and whatever I do on the live, we will do a bit like we did on the 2K. We'll do a bit of a compo, and then the winner will receive the item I turn on that live. So keep an eye out for that. So welcome to all. Today I am turning a piece of yew that I'm going to colour on the bottom. We're going to try and enhance some of this.
Bottom.
I'm going to try and enhance some of this pattern and colour of the yew. And we're going to try and bring it through with some of the colour. So that's what we're going to plan to do today. So we'll just have a quick measurement of what it is. So the width of this is 7¼ inches, real inches that is, and 2¾ inches. So it's not a major piece, but a nice, hopefully a nice demo piece. So I'm going to use, because we've got a couple of bits where the branches, or not branches, the bark has been. I'm going to use this as my bottom. I've got a little bit of a crack in there, which I have CA'd or super glued. What's the matter with you?
You've got a crack in your bottom.
Yeah, I've got a crack in my bottom. So I have CA'd that. That's it, she's
Boring.
off. She's off. I have CA'd that, so hopefully, or super glued it, shall I say. And hopefully we can get rid of some. There's a little bit in there, but we'll see where it comes out. But while I'm getting that mounted, I will pass you over to Nick, and she will let you know who's in the chat and welcome you all in. No, you don't want to?
Oh, sorry, that's all right. Just waiting for my cue.
Q.
Yeah. Good morning or afternoon to everybody. I hope you're all well. What a beautiful day. Just helping brighten everyone's spirits a little bit, I think. Nice to have the windows open and let some nice fresh air in. Just waiting now for someone to have a bonfire, because it wouldn't be a Sunday afternoon, would it, without someone having a fire?
Not where there.
So good afternoon to Colin from Wood Wizardry. We have Gerard the French Turner. We have Barry's in the Shed. We also have Adam from I Love Woodturner. We have Lawrence. Tornadoes Do Bright is on. Chris Dodds. Mike Yu, Hobby Woodturner. So I'm going slow, so I don't. So, that's it. I've done it. As soon as you move the blinking thing.
That's because they talk. They're so chatty. That's what it is.
Right, if I missed anyone, apologise. But Hodgepodge Woodworks, John S, Brent Beecroft, Robert Nye, Peter Lake. We also have Chris Spin and Wood Dodger, and we have Mark the Gentleman Woodturner. Shop Dog Workshop is on.
Mark. Hello, Mark.
Duncan the Demon Barber. We also have Sizzly 61. TJ Turner. It's Terry, isn't it?
Yep. Troublemaker Terry.
Vince Kerrigan. Ian Leonard.
I'll start turning this while you're going through them.
Yep. Your dad's on.
Right, Dad.
Doug Miller at Woodspun Round. Ronnie. I'm not going to try and pronounce his surname either. Joe Senior. Don't forget the link is, you put the link in for Ruby's channel.
Yep.
Andy H is for turning. Pete from Twisted Trees. Robert Dolman. Again, if I've missed anyone, I apologise. Sometimes this just skips through the chat. Rob CP Woodturner. Nick Castle. Forking Owls is on. He wants to know who's singing the Gritty song today. Karen Dolman's on. No, Doug, I'm not singing today. You do not want to hear me singing.
Oh, I lost the camera.
So, I think
Man, what's going on there?
I've welcomed everybody. So, did I say Karen as well? Did I say Karen Dolman? If not, hello.
Right.
I'll put, oh, Nikki, I miss you.
Give me a
Dr.
sec.
Bob's on.
Hi, Robert.
Right, what are you doing? What's the matter?
I've lost the camera. That's been working fine all morning. As soon as I go live. There we go.
I don't know
We've got
what
it
you're
back now.
doing.
We've got it back now. I want an overhead and a bottom feed.
Bottom. So, oh, Paul Smith is on. Hello, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
And Gerard, to answer your question, roast beef is on the menu today with all the trimmings. Can't wait.
So I'm going for a bit of a shape I'm going for today. Something a bit what I don't normally do is I'm going for like a narrow in and then tapered out, so it's a bit of a bell effect. So that's what I'm going for. So I'm going to take this back so I get rid of this hair, and then we'll start getting our shape.
Four King Owls wants to know what cameras do you use?
The cameras I am using at the moment are, let's have a look. I don't know the make of them, but they're 4K cameras. I don't know if there's a link in the description for them, but at the moment I'm using 4K cameras.
Colin's got Welsh lamb. You like lamb, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I usually wait till it goes on offer, and then we get that, don't we? You grab a couple of bits. Chris has put me on the food channel again.
Who's that? Chris what?
Chris
Dragon?
Dodds.
Oh,
No, Chris Dodds.
you guys should know by now, this is nice.
Joe Senior's got a question. Did you have any lessons to show you the basics to turn?
No.
You didn't, did you? No.
No. So what are you trying to say, Joe? I need them?
Yeah, you should have done. You know your friends are, don't you?
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Yeah, if you haven't, you need some, son.
Forking out said thanks. He'll have a look. Colin said picture quality is awesome. You've got good internet. We have got very good internet. We are, haven't we?
Yeah.
Never used to have, but we do. We're really lucky. Try to have one thing decent going forward.
Quite lucky because we're only about 200 yards away from the exchange, so that makes it a bit better. Turns nice, look at that. It's lovely and smooth off the tool. Ooh, what's the
Joe
shape?
put never said a word.
Nasty crack in there. So I think we might have to CA that. Or super glue it, should I say, not CA. But I'll keep going until we get rid of this, and then
Vince has got mince and mash and Christmas pud for afters.
oh, Christmas pud.
You've got Christmas pud in the cupboard.
Yeah, I know. Bit big for me though.
It's a bit big, yeah. Doug Miller said link to the cameras is in the description. Tornado Bar said in case anyone's following, we have 4 premieres coming up today. The YTCCC 2021 challenges.
Yeah. Flower this month, I think.
Sorry?
I think the challenge was a flower.
Oh, I like flowers. Joe wants to know, how did you learn to turn? A lot
My
of
granddad,
YouTube.
my granddad used to be a woodturner. So when I was a kid, I obviously watched him turn. But other than that, Joe, YouTube, yeah.
Watching some of these guys probably.
Yeah, people I used to watch mostly were Heath Knuckles, Carl Jacobson. Who else was it? Some other guy I know. I can't think of his name. There was 3 main people I used to watch. I can't think of the last guy's name. That's gone.
Colin said he loves that shape from Wood Wizardry.
That gone.
I was going to say. Pete from Twisted Tree said he's got roast chicken with roast butternut squash instead of potatoes again. Chicken. Forking Owls, but wow, only $22.99 a camera.
No, they're not the 4K ones. They was the first cameras I started off with. I don't know whether I listed the 4K ones in there, to be honest. I think the 4K ones are about 55 each.
You have to show me how to find these links and then...
Yeah. But those ones are still 1080. The ones which are on my link are still 1080 full HD. So, right, we've got a chunk missing there, so we need to bring our... We're going to obviously turn that away.
Shop Dog Workshop said we're having a full Scottish breakfast for our dinner. Rob CP said he's releasing that flower thing video today, but not a premiere. He'll just upload the video. Lawrence said, Nikki, don't forget to mention Steve, otherwise he doesn't pay today. Pay is _2 because you're making a great job for him. Doug Miller's put hashtag flowers for Nikki again.
Oh, are we on that again?
Tornado put we're up to 49 participating channels plus others on Instagram.
Nice.
Rob's now editing his video.
I haven't had a chance to do mine this month. Do apologise.
Joe's put hashtag flowers for Nikki. TJ turning, they're having cottage pie.
Right, so we've got where we want to be. So I just need to clean
Forking
that
Owl
up.
said he's looking at cameras on Amazon now.
Yeah, that's where mine came from, Amazon. Message me, Martin, and I'll send you the link for them after the live. As long as you've got good internet bandwidth, you should be fine with them.
Tornado said you'll get it done, Steve.
No, because it's got to be out this week, isn't it? That's for February's. Right. So we need to decide what we're doing with this crack. Where's that crack there? So I'm just going to spray a little bit of sand and sealer on there. And we'll stick a little tiny bit of super glue in there. The reason I put sand and sealer on it is so it doesn't soak in, the super glue doesn't soak into the wood around it, but we're going to just gently turn a little stream off of that. So that should not be a problem.
Yeah, potatoes are alive.
So just a little bit in there. Just seal that crack. I'm putting a little bit of fine in to start with. Just so that soaks in, and then we'll go with...
Are you paying Joe? She's asking you lots of questions. What encouraged you to do the lives, Casey?
No, Casey encouraged me to start the channel, didn't she?
Yeah.
Why did I do lives? I've done the lives.
She did say about you doing lives, though, didn't she?
No, not lives. No. If you just when I did the at home with the fishes, ooh, I mean, that was over a year ago. Chris did ask me if I'd ever consider doing lives, and I said no, because I didn't feel that I was a good enough turner to do this to show other people. And then when we had lockdown, obviously everybody was locked down at home, nothing to do. You can only spend so much time in your workshop
You
on your
did
own.
lives before that.
No, I didn't. Didn't do lives before lockdown. I did 1 or 2 maybe, but not a lot. So when everybody was on about doing lives over lockdown, I decided that I'd give it a go. And to be honest, I do really enjoy it. So that's one of the reasons I started lives. I do enjoy it. It's good. I like it. I like the interaction. I like the banter that we get. The people that come in are absolutely awesome. The questions and the feeling that you get that you're actually trying to. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the best turner in the world, but I've always been to that I will help people where and if I can.
Rob CP said he was motivated to do lives for the money.
You don't get a lot out of it.
Tornado put, yeah, it is for Feb, but we will make some random exceptions, Steve.
All right, okay. I'll see what I can
No
do.
pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. All right, that's just taking that off. See what that's like.
Colin said, are they Bluetooth or cabled to a computer?
No, the cameras are cable, USB cable.
Perhaps you need to do a bit of a workshop tour or something. Yeah, Joe, I'm preparing potatoes at the moment. Benjamin's on.
Hi, Ben.
If anyone's come on and I haven't mentioned your name, I do apologise. I am sort of looking and feeling.
I ain't done a shop tour for ages, have I?
No.
Some people are not interested. Some people would rather see the turn, to be honest.
Lynn's
Right.
on. Did you mention Yorkshire Grit?
Not yet.
He's put, I've learned everything I know about turning from you, Steve.
Yeah,
Aww.
you. Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Is that where you got to go? Yorkshire Grit, Yorkshire Grit, Yorkshire Grit. Chris Dodd said he's glad you decided to because he's learnt a lot from you.
Well, thank you, Chris. I really appreciate that. I hope you picked up some of the good stuff as well as the bad stuff.
Benjamin said he's had 2 McDonald's this week. He's going to have to work it off by turning a bowl.
Right, so let's get a little mark in the
Can't
middle
remember
there.
last time we had McDonald's.
Yes, I ain't really missed it, to be honest. So he's got a real bit of a crack in there, but like I
The
said, that's
only
the
thing
one I
we've
should
missed
be
is
with.
our Chinese, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
She
not
does all the
open.
cleaning, all the laundry.
Twat.
Language! So, put our mortise in there. Going to go about 5mm deep for the mortise, just enough to hold it. We don't need majorly deep. Hopefully we're not going to put enough stress for it to cause it. I'm actually really toying with the idea of not colouring this. It's quite a nice, it's quite a nice bit of wood actually. It is a real nice bit of wood, but we'll colour it. We said we would, we colour it. So just get a bit of flat in the bottom of that.
Joe said, are there any methods or projects you would like to try but you haven't yet?
Yeah, there's a few actually. one thing I'd like to try is a river table. I know it's not wood turning, but I would like to try a river table. But it's just finding the right piece of wood and taking a mortgage out for the resin.
I would like him to try finish building my extension before the bricks fall down.
Bricks won't fall down enough. Right, let's sand it. So because it's such a nice finish off the tool, I'm going to go for 120 to start on there. Bit of extraction. I've actually I came up with a good idea, or an idea last night for an Easter project, which I'm going to try and do. If it turns out the way I'm thinking it's going to turn out, it'll be quite a cool project. With a bit of humour in it, which is what I want.
Lawrence said as we can blessed COVID having changed our routine life in some sense it helps, but other sense it makes a lot of damage, lost jobs and lives. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
John Scarborough's on.
Hi John, how you doing, sir?
Gerald said, Steve, show Mark how to get the nib stay in your gouge as you do the last cut. He cannot do it.
Mark's a better turn than what I am. If he can't do it, I'm sure I can't.
He's an expert at funnels now. He very rarely turns bombs anymore.
Who, me?
No, but he is. He said, I'm.
Oh, right.
Turn polos instead.
Polos. Donuts.
Yeah, you was going to do me a donut, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. I still will do you one.
For our
Next
little,
time I put a funnel in a bowl, that'll be a donut.
Plate. You've got all the stuff to put on top like this. Terry's put, I've learned how to funnel from Steve, something I couldn't do before.
See, I told you he was a troublemaker. Right, 120.
Barry from Wood Creation said he wouldn't have started his channel without your help and encouragement.
Oh, thank you, Barry. I'll help anybody. That's what we're here for, help each other. Life's too short to be selfish and inconsiderate.
Walking Owls put, Glyn, you've watched Steve do that too much. Right.
Oops.
Pete said, Steve, are they Pululu cameras?
Well, I don't know, there's no name actually on the camera. Hang on, let me have a look. There's no actual name.
No.
There's no actual name on the camera. It's just got 4K stamped on it. I don't know if I can get it up. Hang on, give me a second. Let me just look at my Amazon and see if I can get it up.
Tornado said he's going to do river tables when he gets his new shop built.
I would love to have a go at the river table.
Joe said river tables are amazing. I agree, Steve. John said, I agree, Steve. Don't colour it. It's a lovely bit of wood.
They are a Yorshire, YOROSHI 4K camera.
Barry's in the shed said, if it wasn't for you, Steve and Mark, I would have given up a long time ago.
Oh, don't give up, mate. Even if you step back for a few weeks, don't give up.
Ooh, Forking House is going to make some cheese toasties. That's what I was going to do today, ham and cheese toasties. Tornage said Hodge and Duca Heritage got him interested in turning, and he's learned so much from so many people. Everyone's amazing.
The trouble is, everybody's got their own individuality style. I try and, I wouldn't say I copy anybody specific, but little things stick in my head what I watch other makers do or other turners do. So you watch somebody, think, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So you try and not copy, but you try and adapt to it. So That's sanded up to 240. Because we're going to colour it, I'm going to go to 400. And we'll keep the inside natural. So I want to try and
Lawrence said he's trying to order some Simon Hope tools from Germany since it's difficult to order from the UK. Tornado said, Steve, come visit after COVID and we'll do a river table.
I'd love to go visit. I think he's from the States, isn't he, Daniel? I've got a horrible feeling that when this COVID thing lifts and the lockdown lifts, we're going to be absolutely mental with work. So, just the way things are at the moment, there's a lot of people inquiring.
What do you mean?
Well, work is going to go through the roof, I think. Not saying it's
We've
not a bad thing.
still got to have holiday, babe.
Yeah, I know, but I've got to try and make up for what I lost last year, innit? That's the trouble.
I know, but the kids ain't going to be around forever.
Hallelujah to that.
Don't say that.
No, I love them to bits.
I don't want them to go. Glyn said, stop talking about food. I'm starving. My belly thinks my throat's been cut. Never. God, yeah, right. I ain't answering that. Yeah, Daniel's in Kansas, you were saying.
Kansas. Perhaps when the kids are older and me and Nick
You can go on your own.
on my own.
No, I'd go.
Well, no, you'd go. You go anywhere for a free holiday, you would. If I was
It's
paying for
free.
it.
Yeah.
If I was paying for it.
You pay for everything, babe. That's what I married you for. That's what I had you for. That's what I married you for.
It's only took 26 years to admit that.
26. How long have we been married?
25 years we've been married. Coming up to 26. Right, so sanded up to 400. I've just washed it with, or cleaned it with, methylated spirits. So let's get some colour on it and
Benjamin put,
enhance.
I'm quite happy to admit I copy other turners. I find it's never really an issue, mostly because it ends up looking completely different despite my attempts. Oh, well, that's not cherub. Tommy's workshop's on.
Hi, Tommy. So, do we go for...
Right, just a minute. Just wait. Right, Glyn, there's a question here for you. From Gerard. He said, have you ever tried to Yorkshire grit a piece without having sanding sealer first? Last night there was a show with the US axe. They all use the axe but no sand and sealer first.
No, you need to sand and seal first.
I won't really see it says for Glyn, but...
I know, but you need to sand and seal. Everybody knows you've got to sand and seal first.
I think Mark's answered that as well.
I've got a neck full of shavings. Right, so colour.
Terry'll be back in a minute.
Do we go for a
You're not doing the colour?
Yeah, I think
No!
Don't colour it then. Alright, we won't colour it then. The boss has spoken. So I'll sand and seal it, then I'll Yorkshire grit it then.
What colour would you colour it though?
Banana yellow. No, I'll just
Let's
keep
ask the chat. Colour or not? I don't think you should colour it.
Alright, chat's choice. Colour or don't colour?
Give him a few minutes.
I'll just have a swig of my methylated spirits while I'm waiting.
Methylated spirits, nice. Back's hurting today. Oh, more Valley's on.
Hi, Dave.
Come on, everyone, wakey, wakey.
Hot pink. Mark, you're an idiot.
That's because that'll match his pole.
His underwear. No.
With glitter.
No colour, no colour. So we've got Barry in the shed, no colour. Chris spinning wood dodger, no colour. Vince, don't. Mole, Sidley, don't colour.
Purple.
Colin's putting red would look okay. Definitely not colour, no colour. I think we've gone for no colour, to be honest. I think everybody's saying no colour. Right, okay. The viewers have spoken. Right, so we will put some sand and sealer on it then. Look at that baby come through. Look. I'm going to take this off, but I will sand and seal all the way up there, just in case we get a little trace line left. It's quite a pretty bit of wood actually. Oops. So we're not going to colour up. We'll try and get an amazing shine on it. How's that? I'm going to give it a couple of good coats of sand and sealer so it soaks in. Gives us a nice seal.
Mm.
Silence is gold.
Sorry. Andy H, but how could you think of colouring that?
Mark told me to, Andy. Right, so we'll let that dry off.
Benjamin said, what about some texture in?
I don't think you is hard enough to get a good texture on it, Ben, to be perfectly honest. I think that'll churn it up if I use the texturing tool. I could use the beading tool, but then I've got to burn it, and I don't know if that'll look right, to be honest. So, let's get the Yorkie grit out. So I'm using Yorkshire Grit Original. This should take us up to 1,000 grit. I sanded up to 400 because I thought we was going to colour it. But this should take us up to 400 grit. Sorry, up to 1,000 grit. Normally, if you was using Yorkshire Grit, you'd only go up to 240. No need to go any higher than that. So a liberal coat to start with. Get it on your piece.
John Scarborough's got a question. He said, how thick, deep is the piece, Steve?
How thick is the piece? The piece is at the moment, front to end, is 20 millimeters, so 68 millimeters, or just under 2¾ inches. So Yorkshire Grit on to start with. Obviously sand and seal first for the best finish. Turn your lathe down to work in the grit. Don't need no major pressure, let the actual grit do the job. Gently work it over and you'll feel the abrasive cutting away nice and steady. And what we're going to do is, as we get the abrasive to break down, we're going to gently speed up the lathe to finish off and bring us to our highest grit we can, which is around about 1,000 on the original.
Rob CP says he's going to start colouring everything black and just call it his dark period. He could end up in galleries.
So you don't need to rush this. What you want to do is spend a couple of minutes. Spend a couple of minutes taking your time to give you a nice finish. If you try and rush it, you won't get the actual best finish you can get out of the grit. And as you're doing it, you'll be able to feel the grit breaking down, and hear it actually breaking down. And as you can see all the dirt of the sanded wood collecting in your tissue. I'm not going to
Jo
speak.
said she's singing the gritty song.
Oh, is she? Get her to record it. We can play it then when we're doing it. So I'm just going to speed up the lathe now. We've got the grit broken down a little bit, just so we can bring up the sheen. And you'll see as you're doing it, it'll bring a natural shine to the piece. And Like I say, you don't need to put any major pressure on this. What you need to do is just let the tissue just buff against it.
I keep wiping my hands on my trousers. Oh, I'm getting cold now. Yeah, I'm cutting carrots.
So now I can hear that nearly all the abrasive is finished, because I can't hear that sort of sanding sound that you normally hear.
They can just hear me chopping, I should think.
Yeah, but you can see all the sanded wood is all collected in the tissue, so it's dust free, which is absolutely awesome. So sanded that now with the Yorkshire grit. So what I'm going to do is get a clean bit of tissue. What's Mark put? I'll just see what Mark was.
Wait a minute. Push the boat out and use microfine.
I might do actually, see if we can get a real high shine on it. So what I'm doing now is I'm just, same principle, no major pressure. I'm going to speed up just a little tiny bit more.
Richard, RJK Spinning Woods on. Good afternoon.
Hi Richard. Just use that, and what we're wanting to do now is, again, no major pressure. We're just doing it so we're getting rid of all the leftovers, beeswax and whatever else is in the grit off of our piece. So we're going to keep going now until we've removed all of our traces of grit and our tissue comes off clean.
Keith, Circular Woods on.
Hi Keith, how you doing, sir? Hope you're well. So as you can see now, our tissue is clean, so we know we've got all the grit off of it. Now we all know that grit's not a finish, but it gives us a nice, as you can see, a nice shine. So let's do like Mark said, let's try the Yorkshire grit microfine. And here we go, that way, put it the right way around, Stephen. And see if we can get an even better finish on it. I do use the microfine on hardwood sometimes, but mainly on resin. It was actually, I think, don't know, but I'm always sure that Glyn brought it out for resin work. So you use the microfine exactly the same as you do the original. Put it over first, rub it in, and then repeat the process. Now the microfine should bring your piece up to around about 2000 grit. So let's see what we can.
Did I say Mole Valley was on?
Yes, you did.
Pete from Twisted Tree said he's doing a very fiddly job at the moment. Not helped some idiot did the storyboard upside down. Must pay more attention when I make storyboards.
So we're going to do this exactly the same. Start off slow and then gradually work up our speed as the grit break down.
Neil Gould's on.
Hi Neil.
Glyn said, and headlights.
And headlights, yeah, very good for your headlights. Actually, I'm going to be doing another video soon of it because my van one's need doing. So I'm just going to gently speed this up a little bit.
Is it an abrasive or not?
Yes, it is an abrasive paste,
Oh,
yes.
so I can't use it on my windows then. On my oven.
No, Nick, no, you can't.
On my oven door.
No, Nick. We can do, but that might go down after how often you clean an oven. That most probably be silver.
Can't have a dirty oven.
So I'm just gently working this, no major pressure. Just getting the last out of the grit. A little bit of speed. As you can see, the dirt coming out. Well, it's not dirt, it's where we're sanding. So then we're going to get a clean bit of tissue, do exactly the same, And we're going to keep rubbing it over until it comes off clean, so we know we've got all the grit off of it. Oops, it's that shiny now, my hand's slipped off. So as you can see now, it's even shinier with using the microfine. So we've got a nice shine on there. So they're not finishers, they're just sanding or abrasive pastes. So what I'm going to do to finish it off, I'm going to use the Hampshire Sheen Hampshire Sheen High Gloss Wax Paste, or paste wax, to give us a final protective cover.
Ruby's on.
Hi Ruby, how are you? Hope you don't mind, but we've been pushing your YouTube channel, so hopefully we've got you some new subs.
She's got 100 subs.
Oh, well done. Well done.
That's what Mark's put on.
Right, so my Hampshire Sheen High Gloss Wax, rub it in, cover our piece. Normally we'd let this soak, but due to being alive we can't really do that. I would personally normally let this soak for about 10 minutes, maybe 15, depending on how warm or how cold it is in here.
Neil said first bowl recorded for YouTube in a month due to COVID, and I've done a SK.
Sorry.
Andy H said he's up to 48 subs now.
Oh, well done,
Thanks
Andy.
to all.
So,
Glyn's asked if she's got a YouTube channel. You've put the link in, haven't you?
Yeah, I'll put a link in again.
It's further up.
Here's the link. There's the link for Ruby's channel. So anybody who hasn't, please go over and subscribe to Ruby. Show her our support. So with the Hampshire Sheen Wax, again, you don't need to put pressure on it. If you put pressure on it, you're just going to burnish it all off. So all you're doing is just lightly brushing over it and letting the paste or the wax do the job, really. So clean piece, tissue. Now you may, and I use tissue most of the time, but some people say they use small pieces of cloth. Actually, I've got a piece of cloth here. No, cloth here, which is the chestnut.
Mark's put it in as well. Cheers, Mark.
Oh, cheers, bud. The chestnut polishing cloths, but I actually think tissue is a bit soft. Well, not softer, but the time you wash those out and buy them, that's easier just to buy a piece of tissue and throw it away. What are you laughing at? No?
I'll tell you, wait a minute. Rob CP, but can you put a link in for Andy, please? And Mark's put, Rob, Nikki can't put links in yet. She's not qualified yet.
I'm sure Mark will do it if he's a good,
Yeah.
if he don't mind. Right, so that is a buff. And again, with the Hampshire Sheen Wax, if you want more of a depth shine, you can put a few more layers on, and the more layers you put on, the deeper the shine will go. But for a demo piece, I think we'll live with that one.
Ruby said she's been doing some short videos the past few days, so she hopes to have them posted soon.
Right, so look forward to seeing them, Ruby. Right,
Harry's
so
in the shed said he has 12 supporters.
12 subs.
Glyn put just subbed Ruby and now up to 109.
So we're going to turn this edge off here because we've got this what look like chainsaw mark in it. So we're going to cut that off, get rid of that, and then we'll look at what shape we're going to do on the inside.
Who do they want the link for? And Rob, Nikki, can you put a link in? For Andy H. Is that the one you meant?
Yeah, I think so.
You did show me very quickly the other day, but that went in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, Andy H, 48 subs. Please, Mark.
I need just to show me again.
Right, so what we're going to do is, I'm going to, like I say, I'm going to clean off where we've got this chainsaw mark, and then we'll then try and follow on our shape on the inside. So let's go for it. Let me just clean my safety glasses so I can see what I'm not doing.
Yeah, we don't want funnel.
Shh, 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 shh. See, you've jinxed me now.
Oh, so we better turn it into my donut.
Right. So first off, I'm going to clean this off. Whoops, not like that. I'm not.
Got to stop eating these carrots. Yes, Ruby, it is.
Just see if we got rid of that mark.
Duncan said, "Did someone say funnel?"
No. A little bit more. A little bit more.
You link away, Mark. Got to make him feel important.
Right. No, a little bit more. You keeping an eye on the chat?
Yes. We're just talking about where people are subbed to different groups and what have you. Ruby said that's a beautiful piece of wood. She wished it grew there.
We'll have to see if we can send you a bit over, Ruby, so you can have a play with it. Right, I think we've got it. Right, we've got that notch out of there now. So now let's start hollowing the inside out and see if we can follow this natural curve that I've got in there. So I'm going to sharpen my bowl gouge up first. So we've got a nice sharp tool. So while I'm doing that, Nick will sing to you.
Barry said he's now up to 136 subs now,
Well done,
thanks
Barry.
to all you wonderful people. Mark put, I'm special. Lol, yeah.
Special needs.
We know that. Oh, Forking House is doing bacon and cheese toasties. If anyone want cheese and bacon toasties, I've gone into factory production mode. Too many to eat by myself.
Right, so
Mole Valley said the hashtag YTCCC 2021 has been good for his subs. He's up to 328.
nice.
Nick Castle's got to go because his wife wants chocolate.
See you later, Nick. Thanks for coming over.
Ruby Claire said next time she's on this side of the pond, she'll look for some. Just eat a cheese and ham toasty now, couldn't you?
Not at the moment, I'm busy.
Get a bit dusty.
Just going to turn that head of that lathe a little bit so I can get to it a bit easier.
TJ Turner just had ham and eggs on toast for lunch.
Don't normally eat lunch, that's the trouble. Not through the weekend.
Barry's in the shed, got to go.
Hello, Barry. Have a good week, mate. So because this is a small piece, what I'm trying to do to give me fairly equal gapping, I'm trying to look at where my tool, don't know if you can see that, can you? Yeah, looking at where my chisel is and then seeing if I can follow it down on that edge there. So I've got a little bit of a lip there which I just need to take from back here around, and that should give me that natural curve. And then when I just gently take it out, I don't want to take it out too much in the middle. I want to try and get a bit deeper first, because once I take the middle out I'm going to lose a bit of stability on there. So I'm going to start from back here.
Gerard's pretty loves the sound of the chopping carrots in the background.
So then I'm watching for that to follow that line. And then bringing it around to take out the bottom. So, like I said, I don't want to try and... Whoops.
Careful there. Getting a bit overexcited, didn't you?
No, I was looking at the bowl rather than looking at the chisel.
Mole Valley had poached eggs and hash browns.
Right, so I'm just going to clean that out.
Doug Miller said, do you use Google as your internet browser?
Yes, I do. So I'm just going to check the depth of that, because we don't want to be going through it, do we?
No.
Shut up. Don't you jinx me.
Ouch.
Karma.
Yeah.
Right, just got a little bit more to go. So I'm just going to use that little bit more to clean up the bottom out. So I'm going to just use a small bowl gouge to get in there and clean that up a little bit, because the 3/8 bowl gouge is just a little bit too big to...
Joe said parrots are getting excited because the word carrots has been mentioned. Lol. More Valley put one more pass. Duncan put just one more pass should be okay.
Just want to check my wall thickness. See if we're fairly equal. I've got a little bit of a lump there. That's a little bit thick. So we'll just, from about here,
And what thick lump do we?
just take a little bit off of there.
Doug said, is Google the only browser that will allow scheduling on YouTube?
That I don't know. Right, let's try that. That's better. That's much better.
God, it stinks in here with that thing going.
The engraver. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to use this to clean this bottom up, flatten this bottom off a little bit, and just clean that edge up.
You said what one? Fred Gilliver's on.
Hi, Fred. Check that out. Right, bottom's definitely flat. Just got a little bit there I don't like. So best way to get rid of that is negative rake scraper, I believe. Got to be careful now because the wall's quite thin.
James Cassidy's on.
Hi, James.
He says sorry he's late, but he was watching telly.
Right, James, we won't hold it against you. Let's try that. Oh, that's better.
I don't know what's happened now. I think I've lent on the...
So just need to get around a little tiny bit there and we will be splendid.
Joe's put she's not very good with sharp things.
Is that why she married Glyn?
Where does she start to learn how to turn?
Joe, you got a woodturner as a husband. I'm sure he'll show you. The gentleman that he is. Right, I like that shape. I'm going to go for that. That's a roundabout. I reckon that's... Actually, I'm just going to clean
It's
that
not a
little...
roundabout, is it?
It's a roundabout. I'm just going to clean that little edge off of there. Because that's quite thick there.
Oh, I don't know what's gone on with...
So, I like that shape. I'm going to go for that shape and then we're going to sand it up. So spin that back round. We've got a nasty sharp edge on here, so I'm going to get rid of that when I sand it. I don't want that. That's like a razor blade. So I'm going to sand this out. Going to be using the drill to sand that. I don't like the idea of my fingers being right down there. So just a bit of extraction on will be alright. Slow it down. Going to start from 120. Just quite nice off the tool.
Glyn put stop helping Steve.
Take that nasty sharp edge off of there.
Mark put yes, Joe. Just schedule some lessons with Glyn.
Just need to try and get that down the bottom there. It's always nice to have a nice sharp corner in the bottom, but it's a bit of a pain to sand it.
Joe's put, do you know any patient turners?
So 120, 240.
Colin said he's still waiting to join his local club and get some help with his turning.
I think a lot of it is practice. Once you've got the basics, it's about practice, practice, practice. And sometimes just pushing the boundaries a little bit, trying little things. Just push the boundaries that little tiny bit and try. That's what life's about, isn't it? Just trying.
Being trying, that's what you are.
Yeah.
You're very trying at times.
So just try that down the bottom there.
Oh. Typical. The one day I get off, it says thick clouds and light winds. Mind you, it's not got any rain, I don't think.
Right, so that's sanded up to 240. So let's get that blown out.
Rob said I tried to push the boundaries a little.
So I'm just going to clean it out with a bit of methylated spirits, clean all the grain out.
I can't be doing with all the mess.
What's
I'll
that?
probably this side. The turning.
Oh, dust. Dust!
Chris, but are we talking food again?
So clean that with methylated spirits. As you can see, it just brings out so much dirt out of the grain when you clean it with meths. So let that dry off, sand and seal it. What we call sand and sealer.
Lack of sleep's catching up with me now.
Well, you know, if you're a party animal.
Aren't you having a party?
So a nice generous coat of sand and sealer.
Yeah, see, look, that'd have been criminal to colour that.
Criminal.
Criminal. That's beautiful. Beautiful.
Thanks, babe.
It is you, Fred.
No, it's me. It's not you, it's Fred.
It's you. Andy H said that's not mess, that's shavings.
Alright, so we'll let that soak.
Pete put, my wife loves the shavings and sawdust that falls off me when I go in the house. I think. You're not allowed in the house, are you, unless you clean down? And if you're dirty, you have to strip at the door. Oh.
Yeah.
I make him take his clothes off near the washing machine. Oh dear. Terry's put afternoon nap, I wish. I've got to finish my housework. I can't bother to get the big hoover out and waiting for the other one to charge up. And then I really fancy making a chocolate cake.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Right. So exactly the same as the back with the grit. Not going to explain it again. You should have been listening the first time. No. Just gently working it in. Key thing with grit is taking your time. Don't try and rush it. If you rush it, you're not going to get the finish that the grit can achieve.
Mark put, Nikki, you should go to sleep when you go to bed. Resist the urges from Steve. Resist the urges to suffocate him with his snoring. Oh my God, it is so bad. You can hear him through the roof. I'm surprised the kids could even get to sleep.
Make sure I get right in that corner there.
Joe's put, sung it again, lol. We need Dale singing it. Dale sings it, don't you, normally?
Oh, Joe's better than Dale. By far. Dale's got that Scotsman's husky voice.
What, and Joe in?
No, she's got that Yorkshire husky voice. No, I'm joking.
You have to record it, send it via
Yeah,
the phone, and then we
put it on
can
the
play it
lights. We
when
can
you.
play it in the background. Just think of the royalties should get.
Joe put Nikki on like that. Glyn gets up long. Joe, I can't remember the last time we actually stayed in the same bed. Can you, mate? It's
Well,
either you on the sofa or me.
yeah,
Yeah, your snoring has got really bad.
it's because I've been full of snot and.
James put Steve looks like you should bunk up in the workshop overnight.
I think that'd be comfier than the sofa.
Glyn's got a question.
Go on
He
then.
wants to know where you can buy Yorkshire grit from.
I don't know, Glenn. I can't remember the last time I bought some. I think I've got a grit fairy because every now and again that keeps just appearing through the front door. Right, so clean bit of tissue, buff that out. Let's just put it on that camera. We don't need to see overhead, do we? So again, we're doing it so the tissue comes clean, and we know we've got all the grit off of it. Shall we do the inside with microphone as well, or not? What do you reckon?
Colin, I've tried earplugs, but they don't work for me.
Trouble is, Colin, she'll
I'm
go
a
to
light
bed.
sleeper.
No, trouble is, you'll go to bed, watch telly. I go to bed to go to sleep. So I'm normally asleep before you are, and hence why you can't sleep.
But even if I go to sleep before you, I hear you come up because I'm such a light sleeper.
I have to get some of that drug, what they call it, hypnol. Right, microphone. Seems we did the outside with microphone. Let's do the inside with
Did
microphone.
SK just call Glyn a fairy?
What was that?
One of your tins in here, by the sounds of it.
So let's see if we can get this as shiny as the back.
Pete said he gets his Yorkshire grit from Yandles. They smuggle it down from some strange place up north. Ruby Gerard's got a question for you. He says there is an event coming over the week of the 5th, 6th and 7th of March online from Canada. Is it worth signing on for it? James put, Nikki, you should watch my football team Crystal Palace play football. That would put you to sleep. Nearly worked for me whilst watching.
Right, so buff this off.
Colin, but he's the same, slightest noise wakes him up. When we first used to have our caravan, didn't I, for the first 2 nights, if I got a few hours sleep, that'd be it. Because just all the noises around you.
And she's frightened.
I weren't. It's just noise. I just can't
You need to learn
shut
to
off.
relax, love.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
that's
when you've
prayer.
got someone in your ear, that your words loud.
I told you to go head to
Door
toe.
was rattling.
Right, so wax.
You got a bit of advice from Glyn. He said, Steve, try 2 coats of microphone before waxing.
Really? You're just trying to get me to use it up so I buy more. Alright, we'll try it, Glim. Let's try again.
Brent said his first pot of Yorkshire grit was ordered for him by his brother-in-law. He was in South Wales and he picked it up when visiting, and he had hell of a time getting it through airport security coming home.
Alright. Let's try another coat of microfining from the Grit King himself.
Benjamin said, I'll sleep through anyone. I'll be the worst security guard.
I'm like that, mate. When I'm asleep, I'm gone. I'll sleep anywhere.
Yeah.
I've slept under
Well,
trees, bushes.
Mike Doyle's on. He said noise.
What's the matter?
That machine's making noise. Noise cancelling headphones and soft music. That's what I need because if I put earplugs in, then I can hear myself breathing, and that's even worse than Steve snoring.
A little bit of speed.
Brian at Woodturner is on, and
Hi,
he
Brian.
said, "Oh dear, I've missed it all. Been in the shed practicing with a skew." So all right, you.
Excuse you.
Oh, Lawrence said, oh, he's asking James C a question.
Still bringing it off. So let's get this in.
Pete said Glenny's microphone the same as standard 1 tub per bowl. Have you tried separate beds, Nick? That will come to that, I think. When one of the girls goes, that'll be a few blinking years yet, though.
You better get used to it then, sunshine.
I'm getting you at the doctor's.
Right. That's 2 coats of microfine, like Glyn suggested. So let's try a bit of Hampshire Sheen finishing wax on there. Oops. Put the grip back. So we'll give it a coat of the high gloss wax again from Hampshire Sheen. It's quite a pretty little bowl actually.
Neil Gold said, thanks, Nick and Steve, and everyone got to go.
See you later, Neil. Thanks for coming over, mate. Hope you have a good week. Right, so let's buff this out.
Got 71 watching.
Really? How long have we been going?
Sorry, 80 minutes.
Right, so buff it out.
Chris put you sleep at night, he can sleep at work.
That is part of the trouble because I've been so busy at work. I'm exhausted when I come home.
Do you think it's because you hadn't worked for so long and then...
No, I just think that's because I'm so tired. I get in such a deep sleep.
You was very restless though last night. I could even hear that down here.
Right, so buff this out.
Why don't you use that thingy machine?
What?
You know, the thing I bought you. Is that
What thing?
to buff it with? Why do you use tissue? Why don't you use a machine?
A machine? I ain't got a machine.
Well, you know, one of them things that you turn with a handle and the pads on them. How you get a buffing pad for them?
What this? Inertia sander?
That's the one.
No, hand glove.
All right, just asking a question. Sorry.
Can you put your questions in the
No.
comments, please?
Brent said, stunning looking piece of wood, Steve.
Thank you, Brent. I'm just going to buff it out because there's a little few finger marks. That's the only trouble with the high gloss. You get finger marks on it. The microcrystalline, you don't get the marks on it like you do the high gloss. Should have done it with microcrystalline, really, but never mind.
Get a microfiber cloth. And you wipe it. Buff it.
No, it's not a good idea to use cloths on a lathe, just in case it grabs.
No, well, it's not turning.
Oh, right, okay, I'm with you.
I meant, like now, just to buff it up a bit.
I have got one here, but it's got a bit of shavings in it.
Well, you got a drawer full, so...
So there we go, nice and shiny. as said by the boss, buffed up with a cloth. So there we go. Nice little U pot.
Me?
Don't know whether that other camera could go a bit better.
Gerard put, now children, no fighting live, please.
Quite a nice shape actually. I like that shape. Quite like that. It's about, I reckon that's around about anywhere between
Can you just show it on the white camera instead of that yellow one?
3 and 5 mil. White camera. Let's put on this one.
Barry's Wood Creations has to go.
So there you go.
That's nice, that is. I like that.
Nice little U-bowl. Finished size ended up being 5.5 inches across by 2.25 inches deep. And like I said, I reckon that's anywhere between 3 and 5 mil, the wall thickness. So yeah, turned out nice. And I managed to get a tight corner in the bottom there. Normally, obviously, we curve the bottoms out, but I managed to get a nice tight corner in. A bit of a pain to sand, but it looks quite nice. And finished with the Yorkshire grit, original and microfine, which should take us up to a 2000 grit, and then a coat of the Hampshire Sheen high gloss wax. As you can see, a nice shine on there. It's like a lacquer finish.
I'll let
really
you
nice.
read the comments because they're just like...
Really nice. Can't you read?
Lovely bowl. Very nice, interesting shape for a change.
Yeah, something different.
Glad you didn't colour it.
Yeah, so am I, to be honest. What we got? Brian Hartwood, very nice, Steve. Interesting piece. Mark, gentlemen, beautiful piece, Steve. Thank you, gentlemen. That's gorgeous. Can't beat nice piece of view. Thanks. Yep, thank you very much. Richard, spinning wood, very nice, Steve. Thank you. Chris Dodd. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't colour it, to be honest. Yeah, share nice bowls, Steve, Doug. Thank you guys for the very nice comments. Yeah, thank you very much, all of you. It's very much appreciated. So, like I said before, if you guys haven't already, I'm going to pop it in here. Pop over and subscribe to Ruby's channel, like I said earlier, and let's push her up. And we look forward to all your new content, Ruby, for sure. And the other thing is, obviously, like I said earlier, when I hit 2,500 subs, I'll be doing a giveaway. So I don't know what to do. I might not to give away. I might have a word with some people and see what we can get together.
Glyn,
So
I love you, Steve.
thanks, Glyn. I love you too.
Colin said in the best King's Lynn accent, that's beautiful.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful it is. That's really nice. Actually, I do really like that. For a bit of wood that had a nut, you mean we had that crack in there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there was a crack in there we had, and then that's the one I glued, super glued before the live.
Got some lovely comments in there. You read them.
Yeah, I'll read them out. I'll read them. But no, I really do appreciate your very kind words. Thank you very much. So, like I said, 2,500K giveaway. As soon as we get to 2,500, I don't know whether I'm going to do a piece turn live or whether I'll just do a giveaway. I don't know. I'll have a think about it, and we'll let you guys know. But what we're going to do, I don't know. It's a bit of fun. So let's something that's a bit stupid. Have a bit of a laugh. So, God, all the comments still coming.
Chris said you're not in front of the washing machine. Keep your clothes on.
Thank you, Glyn. I'll message you, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll message you, mate. Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for everybody coming over. Thanks to my lovely wife, as always, coming in this year. I have to drag her in every week, screaming and kicking. No.
We did today.
No, but thank you all for coming over. Thank you continuously for your support. It means the world. Thanks to each and every one of you. I keep banging my arm on there. Coming over and enjoying us on a Sunday. I love it. It's just great. I love the interaction. I'm trying to get a few more videos to put up as well because I haven't put videos up for ages, but keep your eyes open for those. So anyway, guys, have a great week. Take care. Speak to you soon, and bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
That's all, folks.